I'm here. I'm always here. I was here the whole time. Hot Shoes drinking bourbon. All right. I've seen the hype button. I don't know what it do, but I guess it does something. This is Dead Dodge Garage Live. Welcome. You made it. I've been here the whole time. Yeah. Things are different, but also the same. Yeah. It hurt Gary Hergert's feelings that people like my 2019 Ram more than his 300J. Sorry. Mama M3 in the house. What's good in the hood? Gopher Garage is here. So many people are here. Patrick Sullivan. My sister, Big Mike's Hoopty Barn in the house once again. Robert Fitch. I have friends everywhere. That wasn't a good... Sorry. Dan Orcutt's here. Dan Tupper's here. Donnie's here, which is weird. He's almost never here. Taco Salad asks, you want to work on my 64 Dart GT? I want a 91 318 and 4-speed installed. Want? Kinda, but I probably can't. I got problems of my own. Let's see if I can kill the mic again real quick. Yes. Give it a minute. Donnie's furniture. He just doesn't say much. My mother is here. McLovin, of course, is here. Dr. Art in the house. What's up, Dr. Art? I noticed in the, I didn't have time to stop in, but I noticed in the thumbnail for Tony's live, there's a brown duster parked on the street in the background. It's kind of cool. I'm actually kind of warm, which is odd. It's probably because the heater is on and actually works now that I changed the allegedly 5-year-old air filter. Old Stuff Rules is here. Mama McP, the McNugget, in the house. Mopar Jimmy. Jeff Militich hit the like button. What's wrong with the rest of you? Connor Lake Havasu is here. Granddad's Junk in the house. How's it going? Lovejoy is cooking up plans for a Triple Crown car. Nice. It turns out there's a 368 cubic inch limit for Triple Crown. So that covers my 20 over, 30 over, whatever it is, 360. So I could just go ahead and slap that in the Barracuda and be much faster. But then I'd have to add weight to it. Excuse me. David's here. That was some good Grays Harbor rust on display today. It's been there for about 18 months to collect that much. Nice. Nailed it. Plymouth on Plywood in the house. CC 777 also here. Lovejoy's sinking 318 Magnum in a Dakota. All right. Alan is here. I'm going to assume many people caught Alan's smoky burnout in that truck in the video today. In the background of the video today. It was perfectly timed. It was fantastic. Latouche is here. John Skidmore is here. Chris is here. Jeff R. is here. Do tires last longer if you only drive on wet roads? Absolutely. Stacy Renner, how's it going? Johnny Osborne. So many names. Gary Hergert said it was nice to get the 64 Dodge 330 running. It has been neglected. I noticed that. It didn't take long. Jaybird's here. Haven't been able to attend one of these in weeks. Happy spooky season. Thank you, Jaybird. And welcome. Gopher Garage says duct tape was an absolute blast. Should go next year. I totally believe you. I wish I had gone. It just was not in the cards for me. My car's still broken also. Mohawk 62 is here. How's it going? Martin Adams in the house. Twisted Mopar Garage. Magnum in 318 has a roller cam. All Magnums have a roller cam, but also the late LAs have it, starting around 85, 86. Christopher Todd would like to see more of the Daytona. What Daytona? The 90s one? That's long gone. Long gone. Nicholas Johnson says there are more 300Js than Rams without exhaust leaks. Probably. Kenneth is here. How's it going? Snowmunk VX in the house as well. Richie Daniels. Dennis Wheeler. Taco Salad's dream was to put a 56 Hemi in a 64 Dart. Probably won't fit. You may be surprised. Yeah. Will it drive 800 feet home? Right. Wow, Dr. Art finally sold Smog, I believe is what he called it. The Barracuda. The one Tony called Scribbles. Yeah, Stacy Renner's Ram. He's got one truck payment left, and the fuel pump just died. Junkyard D, how's it going? Nice. Alan's burnout was epic. Dr. Art's got some Bluetooth dragster parts for sale. If you haven't seen Dr. Art's Hot Rod Rehab, his new channel, because the old one got nuked from orbit, go for garage has pulled the bed instead of dropping the tank. Yeah. Anyway, Dr. Art's doing videos on the dragster that's being built also on Tony's channel. So go check that out. And subscribe to his new channel if you have not done that. David says, need more adventures of the Atwood brothers. I get my comedy with my entertainment. Nice. Evan says, we're in Yuma. Ooh, that is a W head. What that is? 340. NASCAR. Nice. $33,000. This must be... Yeah, it's like a warehouse full of speed parts. It's amazing. There's a lot there. There's too much there. Kidney candy store. Will sell separate. Well, it's too much. Too much things. Liked and participated. Thank you. Rip to the Ace Frehley. I don't know any of his stuff. It's kind of weird. People asked me to play some Ace Frehley licks last Sunday. I don't know any. Tim Harper with the question. Will a Magnum V8 swap bolt up to my 65 Barracuda's engine mounts? What mods would I have to make? A Magnum mounts just like a 360. So you can either get the special 340, 360 brackets from Schumacher. I actually have a set of those for my Barracuda, but I ended up putting a 273 in it. Or you can use the regular small block mounts for the 273 factory in a Barracuda and shim the one ear on the driver's side with some washers or a tube spacer, short one. It's like 3/8 of an inch or something. Not a big deal at all. You have to use a 360 car pan on either Magnum, 360 or 318. You need a 360 car pan from an LA and an LA oil pan gasket and the matching pickup. But those parts go right on. So, yeah. Now you're going to have to run it through your exhaust manifolds. Your driver's side factory V8 early A exhaust manifold will contact the cylinder head. So you can either grind stuff. I would grind the head, not the manifold, probably, because the manifold gets really hot and I don't know, something about stress risers. You grind the corner of the head, or you can use a Remflex header gasket and cut a little section out. I've shown that a couple times on video. And the early A manifolds, of course, do kill power a little bit, but, you know, it's worth it. It's not too bad. I think I put this on the screen. I don't know if I said anything about it. We should make more brother videos, I guess. David Biznett is enjoying the engine videos. Great info. Thank you. Frank Colburn says aloha from Hilo, Hawaii. Nice. Gary skipped fall fling to watch the Mariners lose. I don't know. That happens sometimes. I don't know what the deal is with that. Fleetwood's in the house. How's it going? Did I say hi to Paul Wortman? I don't know if I did. Oh, yeah, I read his comment about Ace Frehley. Al Sear is here from Alberta, the soon-to-be frozen north. Mostly Mopar says, after seeing the roof on that Duster, I don't feel so bad about my satellite. Nice. I mean, yeah, but I'm not a fan, is the thing. Dude, Plymouth on Plywood found a YN 144 mini blower debating a blown slant. I like where your head's at. I have that 471, and I thought about it. There's actually a manifold out there, but it's really dumb and pointless. Excuse me. The McNugget, Mama McP being the account there. Hey, Jamie, I was wondering what you think of Eastman acoustic guitars. I've never played one. I don't know anything about them, really. I'm sure there are videos out there where you could do some research. But, yeah, I don't know a thing about them. Auto Hobby Services in the house. How's it going? Hey, they won on Friday. John Wilburn's here. How's it going, John Wilburn? Kevin Brunk, also here. Jaybird. Burned out my first HEI module on my Power Wagon last week. So great at first, but should I expect this every 6 months now? Yes. Keep a spare in the glove box. The Dougster is here. Nice. We have fun. Nice. Gary Hergert's going to have the new tires for the 300J. Should be installed Tuesday. Should be ready for a freeway run. I don't mess with tires that old. As well, you should not. Yeah. We're going to have to go through those carbs. There's something stuck in my teeth. I don't know what it is. Robert Fitch, who is currently working on a Slant 6 powered 65 Dart, is absolutely right. I'm so sick of the Slant 6. It seemed so fun. Jeff R., your 361 heads being tickled in any way by the machine shop. They're done. I just have to go get them. It's an hour away. Pertronics is junk too, dog. Have you not heard that they drop left and right too? There is no winning answer. Pick the one you can replace easily at the parts store, I say. And carry a spare. Nicholas Johnson says 471s are a great solution to engines with 6-to-1 compression ratio like extremely worn out smog era engines or any Slant 6. Full Garage is here. What is up? Dougster is powered by potatoes. I think we all are a little bit. The AMC inline engine is a solid unit for sure. Jaybird says Eastman are good guitars, but he had a small-bodied acoustic, and it was great. Nice. Richard Scott is here. How's it going, Richard? Hello from Wisconsin. Glad you like your ultrasonic cleaner. Dude, it's amazing. It's so great. I have it running almost all the time. No, the Australians do not give that blower manifold away, but it exists. It's pretty cool. Gopher Garage says, duct tape got me thinking, how about a 94 Ranger powered by a 440? What are you waiting for, dog? Just drive it out here. We'll make a video. Points work great until they don't. Somebody on the Discord in the, I don't remember if it was the tech support channel or what it was, but somebody said something about points needing adjustment, and then someone else said that if your points need frequent adjustment, you're insane if you think they need frequent adjustment, something like that. To which I responded, the stupid points in my 68 Charger would like a word, because every third time I drive that car, they're out of adjustment. That is true, too. Points and carry a spare set of points. Absolutely. But if the ECM we're talking about is an HEI module, they're not very big. You could carry 3 of them. Interesting. Bell James says, been having a bit of an issue on the Cordoba. Rich, hot idle, hard start, hot. Do you think a 1/4 inch insulator gasket? Definitely start with that. It's not going to hurt. Yeah, do that first. Big Mike is doing research now on building a 258 inline. Nice. That's awesome. No, the Aussie 6 is 100% totally 1 billion %, which is a lot more than 100. That's all the percents there are. Different. It is more closely resembles a 4.0 Jeep than a slant 6. Or I say 4.0 Jeep, but any of the AMC inlines. It's a more conventional vertical upright inline 6 engine. No, the head does not fit. It's a totally different engine family. Jeff R just dropped in for a little bit, but he has to go to work or something. Catch you later, Jeff. Hot Shoes made a very good living off EFI and electronic ignition. As it breaks. James Sarita? How come you haven't taken it out of the boat? Now's the time with all that salmon run. I don't eat fish. I don't like fish. I don't fish. That's not why I have a boat. I just like boating. But yeah, I actually listed it for sale. No one's going to buy it. Doesn't matter. I listed it for less than I paid for it. Someone offered me $2,500 if I pull the engine and keep it, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. Believe in Yourself is here. How's it going? Hunter Hutchins is here and says, Jeff Hutchins and I are hunting, but wanted to drop in. Hello, Hutchinses. How's it going out there? I don't like fish. I don't like spam. Oh, yeah, I don't exactly. Robert Dentler's in the house. Ready to run dizzy, been working great for almost 10 years now. Great, but they're expensive. Oily Fans is here. What up? Spam eggs and spam. I don't like spam. Hell yeah. Dougster is commenter number 1. Wow. Paul Wortman was driving. Yeah, too many comments. It hasn't got much spam in it. Was driving Greenie around yesterday. I'm going to assume that's that. Yeah. Not really driving spiritedly. Every time I hit the loud pedal, fell on its face. Accelerator pump, question mark? Highly likely, yeah. Make sure it works, first of all. And then make sure it works well enough. You might have to do some squirter tuning. Holly 650 on a 428? It's a little small, isn't it? But you should have, very responsive throttle action, I would think, with that. Yeah, make sure you've got a working pump. Make sure nothing's clogged. I don't know why I said that like that. Clog it. And then if it still sucks when you have a working shot, upgrade the squirter. Every one of those comes with a 28. I always step up to a 32. Works pretty well. My mom says salmon is good, which is really weird. Wait, what happened? Are there title problems with the LeBaron? Huh. No, I don't like seafood at all. Not even a little. I'll eat fish and chips, but, deep fried. Darylyn Hutchins is here, slightly late. How's it going? Paul Shea hit the like button, and so should you. Indirect connection in the house. What's up? There's one of the J's. Maybe we'll see the other J. When we were at No Name, We were in a row. I was closest to the entrance, so it went Jamie, Joe, Jason, Jay. Or was it Jay Jason? I don't remember. But anyway. The Jays. Oily fans, smash the like button. What's up, Eric Jorgensen? How's it going? Jeff Militich is also a no seafood guy. Yeah. Plymouth on Plywood says, watched the Cornet video before I went to bed this morning. Impressive amount of work you and Squatch got done. Going to be quite the sight tearing down the road. I think so, too. Shrimp is better. I actually do like one kind of shrimp. I'm pretty much good on everything else. The like button's been laughing at AMC guy, and the toaster's trying to kill him. I got problems of my own. The toaster's talking. He laughed. I laughed. The toaster laughed. I shot the toaster. It was a good time. Yeah, that I kind of didn't figure it was stock. Although, let it be known, I know nothing about Fords. Yeah. Yeah, make sure the pump is doing something. Jared Ellis, smashed the like so hard I broke my W100 again. Excuse me. Speaking of W100s, Ronald Fondren asks, what is the best year for a power wagon to build? Any 70s or 80s one. They're power Rams in the 80s, but they're the cheapest. They're the easiest to get. They're the easiest to source parts for. They started having disc brakes in like 75, I think, which is a good thing. Tin grills are awesome. They rust, that they do that for fun. If you own a tin grill, it's in your driveway rusting right now. But yeah, it truly like 72 to 93 Power Wagon, Power Ram. Starting in the late 80s, of course, they get a TBI, throttle body injection. And there's stupid lean burn type control systems at some point. But anyway, what cable was that? Oh, right. I knew that. Yeah, anyway, that's what I would say. Tin grill ones. Vivian is also not a fish gal. Yeah. Why do people like fish? I don't know. It is good for you, so I'm told. Philip Genovese. Hey, Jamie, I have the same 30-liter parts cleaner. What temp do you set it to, and what cleaner do you pour in it? I'm running mine at 60 Celsius. Joe had his at the max, which I think was 80 or 85. And we were going rounds with that thing, and by about the second hour of it running, it would be boiling the solution, which is not so good. So I've been keeping mine around 60. Works really well. And I'm using Mean Green, but there are so many options. There's something orange cleaner. I don't know. Go to the dollar store and get the cheapest concentrated cleaner they have. I put 3 gallons of Mean Green, 2 gallons of water in mine, and it's working great. It pretty much already needs cleaned. My biggest mistake is I put the crank pulley off that 361 in there. I didn't realize it was coated, like caked in sand, which is pretty typical in trucks and stuff anyway. But I wish I'd scraped that sand out, because now everything I put in there ends up with a thin coat of sand. But it's easy to get off, so it's not a big deal. And I could filter the stuff or just, replace it soon. Jeffrey Nunez smashed the like button. Thank you, Jeffrey. Appreciate that. Yeah. Why are we talking about fish? Matt McCormick, excuse me. Hey, Jamie, just wondering, are you keeping the smoothies on the Cornet or going with different wheels? I actually like the smoothies. I think they're perfect for it. But I'm missing one of the caps, and they're not in very good shape. So I need to try and polish them and find a cap. I can't really envision anything else on there. I do think the smoothie is the right look for that car. So I'm planning to let it alone. But I need a cap and some polish. Been watching a lot of horror movies. Any faves between you and Mrs. Jamie? We used to watch movies a lot, but we don't really so much anymore. Favorites as well when we first started dating. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That was a favorite. Watched that many times. Pulp Fiction, Fight Club, etc. Recent favorites? I don't know. And I don't like horror movies, if that's what you were asking. Oily Fans is out of here. Take it easy. I just tell him that I like toast. Midnight Gambler asks, I'm late. Did I miss anything good? I don't think so. The Real RD is here. Indeed, there is a nice 80s 4x4 Ram Charger on the market tubes in the Portland area. What is this now? McLovin just linked me an M37. With a Hemi? Wow. Huh. Firepower Hemi in an M37. Interesting. I don't think that's in the budget. Ow. Donnie sent me an AI explanation of what the hype button does, and I can't be bothered to process it. There are billions of different fluids you could put in your ultrasonic cleaner. It almost doesn't matter. Something about water and some powder. Like, there are so many different things you can use. I would just get the cheapest cleaner degreaser like that. Try to get something that's not caustic, that's not going to eat your aluminiums. But yeah. Eric Jorgensen says, don't forget we need members, you Mopar nerds. We can't have Jamie sell anything else. Well, I do appreciate this sentiment. And anyone that wants to be a member, well, I thank you very much for that. We have currently 305 of them after the gift memberships last weekend, which was awesome. But I probably will still sell some cars. I just have too many. There shouldn't be 26 cars here. That's too many. Farm Truck 01, any chance of seeing you do a detailed breakdown of a full-time 4x4 front axle outer on the 79 Power Wagon in the future? I have a 77 M880. Find the rotors on the front axle very odd. It is an odd setup. Kind of a bummer. I filmed that. It was a half ton, but same idea. 2 years ago on Tom's Trail Duster. And it was only like a few minutes of video, and yeah. Who broke their neck? Me? I don't know. Anyway, so someday maybe, not guaranteeing it, but funny enough, I filmed that project forever ago, and there wasn't enough to turn into a whole video, so I didn't do it. Dougster uses Pine Sol. He says, I clean carbs and 727 valve bodies with it. Oh, you heard that neck pop? Nice. Yeah. My neck is like ruined. I don't know if I've mentioned that. And one of the worst things for it, editing. The other worst thing for it, this live stream. Because I have to look this way. I need to put my neck in a brace and just sit like this, but that's too many said no car guy ever. I've said it many times, and I'll say it many more. And I do believe I'm a car guy. Bullwag's wife hates Fear and Loathing. That's messed up. I could quote that entire movie if I had to. We're somewhere around Barstow, on the edge of the desert, when the drugs began to take hold. Anyway. Yes, most of the 70s Dodges were attained at 44. Literal pain. Junker D said, did you see any of the Six Smokies event? It looked like it was a good time. I've seen some coverage, part of it from the Slant Daily Garage, but I haven't really been following it that closely. Nicholas Johnson, there's a local guy selling a 90 TBI 360 and an MP 235 two-wheel drive truck, a whole truck, for like $2,000. Is that what they're worth now? If it's decent, it's probably worth more than that. But if it's not decent, it might be a little high. we've quoted both of those movies in these live streams before. Brady Dog says, I was really lusting over that 63 300J you had on. Looked just like Pop's car. Nice. Nice. She also hates airplane. That's messed up. Brady Dog, what's the idea of doing a members-only mail truck video when it was I who had been busting your balls the last 2 years over those mail trucks? I don't know. I did a mail truck video that is not a members video 4 years ago, so I don't know what to tell you. Yes, Shane hit a deer and launched it into the Edelbrock Tesla. Not ideal. The Dart's fine. But, yeah, the Tesla is not so fine. A dash of pneumonia? Yeah, I know what you meant, but hilarious. Gary is up to 7 cars on his Haggerty insurance. I don't have Haggerty anymore. I have Classic through Farmers, and only the Charger and Demon are worthy of paying for that. Excuse me. Classic Dude Mike, any new guitars? Not yet, but give me a couple days. There's a friend of mine is selling a Gibson Les Paul Studio. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. He's selling a red Les Paul Studio, and the price is right, so I'm probably going to buy that, I guess. Of course, I just got that one and had it set up and everything. And anyway, here we are. And then a couple more J. Mascis Jazz Masters just popped up. And I think I'm going to sell, well, I don't know yet. I'm hoping, the red one's over here. A bunch of stuff has moved around. I just finished cleaning and detailing the mixer. Everything works all nice now. These used to be sticky and horrible. We are recording starting this week. And so I'm breaking down the entire studio. Things are slightly different behind me for that reason. And moving all the geared mics for recording. So anyway, I don't remember what I was talking about. What did I read? Oh, guitars. Yeah, trying to get Seth to take ownership of the red Jazzmaster. And then I can buy a J. Mascis. Anyway, Tom dropped in and said, hey, everybody, just driving back from California. Hey, everybody, this is Tom from Rocket Restorations. And today, we're driving back from California with 2 very cool cars. Can't really comment while I'm driving. He told me he got to California and he was checking into his hotel, and someone looked at him and said, hi, this is Tom from Rocket Restorations. It's hilarious. Dear Lord, man, when do you ever sleep? At night, from about 11 to about 7. Hey, you just pointed at the Rapid Transit sign. Are you going to sell me that? No. One of my prized possessions. Finn says, Jamie, you should do a car collection video. I have done that. I might do another one around Christmas time. Strangely, it seems like something that wouldn't do well, but it actually kind of does. So, oh, cool. Real RD got a Gibson 50s Les Paul Studio Gold Top. See, that's what I really want is the Gold Top, and I like that tribute series, and I really like the P90s. I'm all about P90s. Hot Shoe, was it a dream, or did you used to do a Wednesday Live too? No. Oh, that's funny. Huh. Tanner with Vintage Adventurer Drives is not here. He says, I was going to give you hell on your live stream today about burning my tires in today's video, but I got a call mere minutes before you started the stream. I get to ride in an ambulance for the next hour and a half. Yay. Yay. My Kitty 67 says, your drag car is cool. Thank you. I have a... I have another video coming on that soon. It was supposed to be out yesterday, but then we had other videos. I already have 2 videos for next weekend, which is really weird. I'm ahead of the curve. I think it's going to be a busy week, so that's good. Because I would like to sleep at some point. Dougster says that he could see me with a white big body Gretsch electric guitar. I have one hollow body, but not a Gretsch. And I mean, I'd love a white Falcon, but they're very expensive. Bass clef connoisseur, 2 P basses, one with rounds, the other flats. No, they're both rounds. That is my P bass special I've had since 2005 or 6, excepting a period in the middle. And that is the one I got from Drew, the bassist from my old band, Whitewood Funk. That is a special Japanese domestic Aerodyne P-Bass special. Very cool. Paul Wortman, seriously, why is your brother going to save that Duster? Well, you saw my response to your comment, so I think that's all I need to say. It's got rust, but it's really not as bad as it looks. It has frame rails. It has a torsion bar cross member. The trunk actually isn't that bad. It needs a roof patch. The A-pillar's a little crusty, but like it doesn't have any of the Midwest rust. The inner fenders are solid. The fenders are solid at the top. It's just like got advanced Washington rust, basically. Anyway, Frankie the Wolf is here and says, hey, how's everyone? Loving the Duster content. Thanks for all you do. You bet. Thank you. Oh, bass clef connoisseur. The P-Bass special, the black, I guess they're both P-Bass specials, but the black one had a fretless neck on it for a very long time. It's actually right there. I just put this maple fretted player series neck on it. I don't like it as much as I hoped it would. I never did a Wednesday live. I don't know if I actually answered that question, but I never did. Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue. Damn it. Nice. Vivian's doing a Joan Jett tribute band for Halloween. I heard that. A friend is loaning me his white Gibson SG for it to really complete the look. That's sick. I am tentatively planning to go to that show, so I hope to see you there. I just saw a video of nudity. I didn't watch the whole set, but someone posted a complete nudity set and rocking. Very cool. Who are we shilling for? Could you walk through McLovin? Could you walk through the Postal Service lot and tell us what is wrong with each truck based on the unit number? I don't know, but I could just guess and probably be pretty close. Yeah. Nicholas Johnson, that's just the drivetrain. Okay, see, that's the way your comment was phrased. I couldn't tell if it was just a drivetrain or a whole truck. No, that's insane. The engine's worth $400 to $500. The transmission's almost worthless. No one wants those. So, no, that's stupid. That should be $800 max. Still not sure what we're shilling for. Holy, never mind. I decided not to do that. Here's your half of the sunshine acid. Eat it. It's a big building with patience, but that's not important right now. First step in rebuilding your D44, Dana 44. Replace it with axles from a W200. They're also Dana 44s. Just with 8 lugs. I think 1-tons got 60s, maybe? I don't even know if they did in the W300 period. I don't know where we were. Auto Hobby Services says, like me some Duster? Good vid. Thanks. Oh, dude, cool. Mark M says, the guitar I kept the longest was an old Silvertone with the amp built into the case. Those are sick. I've never had one. I don't think I've ever even seen one. Christmas album. No, but I'm playing a Christmas show. McLovin, were you on Uncle Tony's Wednesday Live a couple times in the past? I think I was only in one. I think. Yeah, bass clef. That fretless neck was homemade. It's a Squier Affinity jazz bass neck. I conned my friend into... I basically set the course for his whole life because he now plays bass in like every group everywhere. But he's in the funk band. He's been playing jazz. He does stand-up. He's in pit orchestras. Anyway, I made him join my band at like 15 and buy a bass. And that's what he got, was a blue Squier Affinity. Years later, for some reason, I thought, because I was playing guitar at this point, I thought he needed the better bass. So I traded him that P-Bass special for his Affinity P-Bass or jazz bass and maybe something else. I don't remember. And then for whatever reason, I was being a complete dick and I swung that neck at the Affinity body like a hammer and split it in half. I owned it, but he was still really upset, as well he should have been. And his dad glued it back together. I don't know where that base is today. It ended up stained at some point. But anyway, that is the neck from it. And it's cracked, but it's fine. And it has a ding on it. And Mike, the drummer in all my bands, turned that into a fretless neck like 14, 15 years ago. Nicholas Johnson says, for someone who has as many cars as you do in and out, maybe a quarterly state of the fleet, I just don't see the value in it. I think yearly's fine. At most. Dan Tupper learned something new today. The Dodge 4.7 V8 headers have the same port spacing as a Lexus V8. Sold some shorty headers I had, and he brought the Lexus gasket. Needs different bolt holes. That's really interesting. I think it's the Nissan V8 has the same bore spacing as a small block. I think it's the Nissan. I can't remember. At one time, I was very interested in putting different heads on different things, and I did a ton of research on that. Ronald Fondren has a 70 Monte Carlo, but quickly being convinced to have a Mopar A body. I highly recommend it. Hippie Long says parts are too expensive. I mean, they are, but yeah. This is your early warning. Friday, December 12th of this year, I'm going to play a show in Olympia, Washington at an awesome bar/venue. And if ever you were to see me play a show, that would probably be the one, because both my new band and my old band are playing back to back. So I'm going to be blowing my voice out for 2 straight hours almost. Should be fun. Indirect connection. Because I have too many full cars in my yard, I added 2 front stubs to the collection. People can't complain if it's only 50% of the car, right? Big brain time. Gopher Garage says there was a 440 powered mail truck at Duct Tape, but it was the correct Jeep DJ5 version. Nice. Excuse me. Paul Wortman, I still haven't watched the Duster TV show. Jared Ellis says, my 200 had a 60/80. Are you sure? Because if we're talking like a 1976, for example, Dodge W200 front axle. I'm pretty sure an 8-lug 44 is the only thing that was available then. 44. Like, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so W300s used a 70 closed knuckle. Interesting. There's the 44. And this is the previous generation. What about the newer generation? Whatever. This is too much work. The point is, I was pretty sure they were all 44s. But anyway. 60s and an 8. No, that can't have been stock. Now, a Cummins. No, they wouldn't even have an 80. No, there were no 80s until the second gen. So I don't know what W200 you're talking about, or you had. Farm Truck 01 says my 83 W350 single wheel had a Dana 60 Kingpin front end. That sounds right. Well, that's 1 ton. As far as I know, 3/4 tons never got a 60 front until the Cummins era. Lane Conway saw a video last week on the Little Dead Wagon from the guy in Oregon. It appeared to have no rear suspension. Have you ever seen it? I haven't seen it in person, but the as far as I know, it is the same basic setup as the actual Little Red. No, I don't want to watch a video. Go away. Now, I've tried to get good pictures of underneath of it. The only ones I've been able to find are from like shows when it's on its little display stand thingy. And so this is just not, it's just not big enough to really see anything. But Can you? Come on, zoom. What's wrong with you? Yeah, I just can't see it well enough. But my oh, here we go. Yeah. Here's underneath. That's a 9-inch. Weirdos. Yeah, they chromed everything like the show version of the Little Red Wagon, which sold at auction in the last few years. Anyway, here, let's blow this up. Open image. Yes. Wait, what? You said it was 1920. That's 5. Garbage. Anyway, those are mounts for a set of wheelie bars. I can't see it in any detail, but my understanding was it had the same basic suspension as the real deal one, which is just the subframe thing. Anyway, I don't know. I'd love to see under it. AMC guys down to only 6 running and driving vehicles. Seem to keep dragging home rotten AMC Eagles. I'd love to have one that wasn't totally rotten. Steve Dugan. Hey, Jamie, can a flip-top fuel door be installed on a 74 Challenger? Absolutely. They were stock on Challengers. Where do I get one? They're reproduced. It's not hard to find. Classic Industries, I'm sure. Among others. Nice. It's Dead Dodge Garage in color. Starring Rex Hamilton. Tonight's episode. I miss Project Binky. Did you record your demo tape yet? I recorded 1 track. James Sarita says you need a burrito. I agree. Wow. Robert Pitch. Rocket Tom did a cop car video. Imagine that. Okay. Jeff Hutchins says, and I would believe him, you could definitely get Dana 60 fronts in the 70s, but they were rare, usually with Selectro hubs. I'll be damned. Talk to text is awful. What? Nudity's playing the Voyeur the same night I'm playing McCoy's. It's messed up. That is messed up. The Real RD says live stream the December 12th gig. I've thought about doing that. It's just never worked out yet. Yeah. Travis Larson just got back from Duct Tape Drags down in Tucson. Nice. Oh, I wish I'd been there. It just wasn't going to happen. Closed knuckles won't bleed as easily as open knuckles. Nice. I will not be speaking jive. No. Can an Ampeg B15 flip top be installed on a charger? Where there's a will, there's a way. See you, James. Thanks for being here. There are still Binky videos being made. I believe you. I haven't seen any of them. In a while, actually. I need to check in on those guys. They stop popping up in my recommended videos. That happens sometimes. Yeah. Are my winters very cold? If you're asking me, Granddad's junk, not really. Right. Rex Hamilton as Abraham Lincoln. Yes, Binky, I learned so much from that project. So much about bracketing and wiring and why I need a lathe and getting the funk out. And yeah. Just amazing build, amazing guys, amazing series, excellent videos. Oh, they just did an update on their Escargot video. See, last time I checked in, they hadn't put out a video for a while, but that might have been a year ago. Yeah. Make the noise? What are we doing? Making noise? Getting the funk out? Indeed, Detroit lockers are not the best for normal driving. Finn is out. Catch you later. Mike Slater's in the house. Say good evening, Jamie. My son started our YouTube page today. Hopefully I can race at No Name next year. I was there this year, met you and Joe, and last year hope to race my 66 Valiant. Oh yeah, it's a good looking car too. Yes. There are guys and channels that will help you get the subs in the No Name community. I've seen people posting about it. But anyway, got to make some friends and say, help me get the subs, and they will. Oh, wow. Auto Hobby Services says neck, spine damage, and serious vocal issues here, Jamie. And yeah, it sucks sitting at a desk. Yeah. Not fun. Grease Belly Garage has the central AC cranking. It is 53 degrees here. It has been raining sideways intermittently. Those sure are aluminum rods. That's not Hemi. That's a serious business dome. It's like Max Wedge stuff or something. Interesting. Vivian, what's a Detroit locker versus a spool? What's the diff, pun intended? Detroit locker is like a ratcheting thing. So I've never seen the inner workings of one. I just know that's basically what it is. Oh, make the noise. Yeah. Make the noise. Nice. Detroit locker. Yeah. It's like a ratcheting locker. So when you go around corners, you'll hear it click, 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 because it allows your tires to move at different speeds, which you need going around a corner. Excuse me. So that is, it's a locker, but it still has slip for cornering. A spool, an actual spool, is a solid, giant, like spun piece of metal that goes through. The axle shafts go in it, and the ring gear goes on it, and that's all it is. A mini spool is a piece that goes inside a traditional carrier and does the same job. It's just like a block thing. So yeah. You have a clutch type, I believe. That must be what we put in there. Travis Larson with a question. Could you share how you approach making epic mistakes and trying to recover from it? How do you overcome discouragement? I don't know in what avenue of life we're talking about, but mistakes are how learning happens. And so you kind of actually need to do that from time to time. And it helps for me. I don't know if this, again, I don't know if, like for video, for example, if I make a terrible mistake and screw something up, it's kind of good for video. And so I can't complain too much. You know what I mean? It's not that I go around breaking things on purpose. I certainly don't. But when things go wrong, well, okay, it went wrong. Moving on, you know? I don't know. There are times where I get discouraged to the point that I never want to touch something again, but like the Turbo Valiant, for example, and that is because I have tried every single thing I can think of and none of it works. And at that point, the right thing to do is just not do that again. Don't touch that project. We're done with that. We're past that. And move on in life, you know? I learned a lot doing it. I enjoyed it. I still wish it worked. I like the way I put it together. Maybe I'll go back to it. Maybe I won't. I'm fine either way. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get discouraged really. But I don't know. I mean, the pursuits that I'm engaged in are like the things I always wanted to do. They're like, I'm living the dream, right? I'm doing what I want to do and getting paid to do it. And so it's hard to get discouraged when that is true. But yeah, I don't know. Making mistakes is not a bad thing, really. You probably won't make the same mistake again. The other DDG, Dust Devil Brian in the house. How's it going? Paul Wortman says a posi doesn't spin both tires the same speed. I don't know that that is true. I think a posi in its ultimate bestest form would be spinning both tires at the same speed. It's just that there is the possibility of slippage between the two, specifically so you can corner comfortably. A locker locks the wheels together. A limited slip, you said posi, but limited slip, Chrysler calls that a sure grip. It locks the wheels together, but in a different way. So there is slippage possible. 500 subs to go to No Name. 1,000 subs to get monetized. But yeah, you got to have 500 subs to go to No Name Nationals. F.E. Gardner said something about a Rampage. I have one. It's listed for sale. I am not going to touch it. I made a deal to get rid of the Turbo PT Cruiser. Everything involving the PT Cruiser is off the table, and I'm so happy about it. Stony R, did you ever get your block welded? Yes. And I was going to do a video. I had everything but an ending, but the machine shop said, we'll take it tomorrow. So I took it to the machine shop to secure my spot in line. 5 months later, they're going to be done with it this week. But they called me and said, hey, all of your weld repairs leak. So there's that. Brady Dog, did you rip apart the garbage can Cuda's transmission to diagnose what happened to it? I'm in the middle of filming the next Barracuda video where I run through everything wrong with it. I have not torn the transmission out and apart yet. I have not pulled an axle shaft yet, but I'm going to. Yeah, one Datsun lover. Yeah, you got to pay for school somehow. See, I'm lucky in that I spent years as a professional mechanic. I was, I knew stuff at that time, but I didn't know what I know now. I wasn't the mechanic that I am now. And I got all of that through the experience of being a mechanic. So to put that another way, other people were paying for my education. Regroup. Yep. Screwing up is how we learn. Don't take it personally. Not a big deal. For sure. Oh, yeah. When you find you're completely sick of a project and you never want to see it again, you find some weirdo from Weirdaho to sell it to. Yeah, nice. Latou says 225 slant with the turbo quad setup. Turbo quad has to work purely on the name, right? Yeah, 100%. Mike Slater says, if we don't make mistakes, we are not doing anything. I wanted, a long time ago, I've mentioned I have a list of video ideas. I'll probably never make any of them, but I do have a very long list of ideas and concepts still going. Oh, there we go. I don't think you understand what paint costs. That's a video I always wanted to make. The Super Duper 6, that was supposed to be the turbo slant. Optimum Performance, we can erase that one. History of the small block Mopar. The weirder it got, a history of Exner and the forward look. Still haven't made that. Somewhere in here, oh, there it is. If we're not learning, are we even living? I wanted to try and make a video about that exact thing. Anyway, Ron Armstrong says, Tony's getting off the air. Your clientele is about to degrade. That's pretty messed up. Nice. Robert Fitch, one can learn from watching others' mistakes, but the lessons are more permanent from your own. 100%. Oh, that's funny. Dan Tupper finally figured out what traction device I have in our 5.9 Durango rear axle. Lincoln Walkered it. The diff's welded solid. Nice. Raymond Cabell is in the house. I'm going to guess a good few People from Tony's Live are coming over. If that is the case, welcome. Rapid Transit Garage is in the house. How's it going? Mrs. One-Eyed Cat is also here. Our Dave Carr, Jamie, have you any experience with a Torsen-style Sure Grip? Bought a new one for the Newport from Dr. Diff and love it. I don't remember what that is. No. Interesting. Looks complicated. Muy complicado. No, never have. I've heard the name, but yeah, I didn't know what that is. Oh, nice. Chris Greenhill's Garage is here and says, thanks for the shout out last week. We gained 17 followers. Much appreciated. This is in no way another shameless plug to help get people to subscribe and get us to No Name Nationals. If you did subscribe to Chris Greenhill's Garage last week, and you definitely didn't tell him to put a slant 6 in his Fox Body Mustang, thank you. If you would like to help him in his mission to get to the No Name as well, go over there and click the button. My hair is a mess. This is why I wear a hat, not because I'm balding. Rip in peace, PT Cruiser. Brady Dog, you make any progress buying the neighbor's property? Progress is a strong word. I've got some money saved up. I actually just talked to her today. She's not ready to sell it. Things have to be cleaned. Things have to be fixed, etc. I'm still trying to see that price come down, but anywho, I am working on it, but we're not in any big hurry. It's not going anywhere. Farm Truck 01. On small block truck manifolds, can a driver's side be installed on the passenger side to eliminate the angles? To eliminate the smog port, the flapper valve. Well, yes. In a word, yes. They bolt on the head the same way. Truck manifolds with the center dump. As far as I know, it's symmetrical. You would be just fine doing that. Hippie Long. So today I had my Dart in the air, 7 1/4, spun the rear wheel. One went forward, the other wheel reverse. Yet it lays posi mark. What's that called? A winner, not a quitter. That's a good open diff you got there. The Banana has an open diff, but it lays, or it seems to, because it does the same thing as that, but it lays legendary 11s. Darylyn Hutchins says, your wife is so lucky. You seem like a lovely man. Aw, that's cute. That's sweet. Can I get that in writing? Yeah. I think I'm okay. But I'm also a hoarder. Probably have that, what do they call that thing where you can't focus on anything and the landscape is scattered with your unfinished projects, and every week you come home with another guitar and she doesn't say anything. She's pretty cool. Oh, I see. Travis Larson. Thank you. Appreciate the response. My mistake was not removing the flex plate bolts before trying to pull the engine. I'm working through it, but, well, I will never make this mistake again. Yeah, that's probably a big mess. I can beat it, though, because when I was a teenager and learning about this stuff, I didn't know you had to unhook the torque converter. I thought if you took a slant 6 out of a Duster and put it in a Valiant, which is a dumb thing to do, by the way, don't do that. Just keep the Duster. And you use the transmission from the other car because the one is in the Duster is blown up. I thought you just bolted them together. I didn't know you had to clock and the torque converter with the clicks. What is the word for that? Stack. There we go. I didn't know anything about that. And so I cracked a slant 6 904 bell housing. And then I learned, looked it up on the internet, went, oh, okay. Took the converter off, did it again. I couldn't get the one from the one to go in that transmission, so I thought there was a mismatch. No, I was just doing it badly. Anyway, never need to learn that one again. And that was, I think I was 17. Yeah. So 18 years ago. And now we're here. Jared Ellis says, I only screwed up once. The rest have just been mild hiccups. Oh. McLovin took Llama Barn on a spirited drive this afternoon right before the live. Now it doesn't want to go into first gear. Guessing clutch needs adjusted or the linkage came out of adjustment. Sounds like it, yeah. Greasebelly Garage. Sometimes you take a break. Sorry, my nose is itching. I apologize. Sometimes you take a break from a project for 6 months. Then you go out and complete it in like 30 minutes. Or... is Vivian still here? 5 years? Yeah. You just hate something or some aspect, some little part of some project just grinds everything to a halt. And then you don't touch it for a really long time. And then you just do the next thing and it's no big deal. But then you find the next thing. And I can't tell you how to fight that because that's life. That's just what it's like. 199 of you out there. Thanks for joining us here. Machine shops are becoming rare. Yes, my machine shop is very busy. It's a different machine shop doing that Hemi block, and they are very busy as well. They do a lot of race engines and stuff, and so the summer especially is like crazy times. Oh yes, McLovin has a 67 frameless hollow body he would make someone a good buy on, and it's pretty cool. It's just a little weird for my taste. Just a little. It's really nifty. It's like this offset hollow body thing. If it was like a traditional big 335 body, we'd probably be talking right now. We might still end up talking. I'm just saying. It's neat. It's German. If we're not living, we're not living. I will remember that one. Yeah, I'm proud of that. We don't make mistakes. We just have happy little accidents. Nice. Winton Wright explained the torsion differential, but with speech to text, which, as we've already discussed here, is terrible. McLovin did, in fact, put up a link to Chris Greenhill's garage. You should sub to him. And don't tell him to put a slant 6 in his Fox Body Mustang. Do not do that. That would be rude. Joe Flaherty dropped in a while ago. I missed it. How's it going, Joe? Extreme Hazard Gaming is here. How's it going? Yeah, no clutches to wear out. Yeah, it's a crazy gear thing. Yeah. Mark M has no ignition 1 power. Check your bulkhead connector. You're 68. You don't have a disconnect under the column. That would be the other common spot. Or your new ignition switch is bad too. I mean, that's possible. Hold on. Hang on a second. Didn't Rory have that problem with his truck where he replaced the ignition switch and the new one was bad and it did that exact same thing? I could be wrong. Wow. Gary Hergert says, Tom's trying to convince me to buy the house behind him, 40 by 60 shop plus 2,400 square foot barn for horses. That could definitely be car storage, more than I want to spend. Well, see, that's the thing with this house over here. Like, it's more than I want to spend, but there's only one house next door with a shop behind it. Just saying. Ahad, is that what it is? Nice. Oh, Rabbit Transit. Say a guy was building a Magnum XJ for a class at no name. Would you use the 8 1/4 or Ford 8.8? 8.8 is way stronger, and it's probably an easy swap. You just have to do all the brackets and set your pinion angle. What are you going to do about your springs? Clamp the hell out of the front of them, I guess. Tony's done videos on drag racing and XJ. What I wanted to do for the PT Cruiser gasser on the truck chassis is use B-body leafs, which would relocate the axle and fix the truck spring problem all in one go. Yeah. Scoop's here. Hi, Scoop. What is up? Eric Friel. Would you be interested in building me a Slant 6? I'm sorry, but no. I'm building one right now. I think it might be the last one I build because I'm kind of sick of them. I have right now, at the beginning of this year, I had 13 engines to build. Right now, and I've built a good few engines this year. Right now, I have 16 engines to build. I can't do any more. I can't do anything for anyone. Don't ask me to fix your car. I'm sorry, but no, don't ask me. I'm done. I don't need to do a single thing for anyone else. And I can't. Other than the banana, this is Junkyard D, other than the banana, do you have any other A100s? I do not. Yes, Vivian, we're definitely giving the Dart to a much shorter time than the Hawk. Speaking of which, cylinder head needs paid for. I had a thought about that. We can talk about that later. 13-3, sports ball. Real RD says, my wife always notices when I get a new guitar. She asks why I need another one. She's got a point. I can't play guitar. Nice. The world would be a much better place if everyone was like me. I disagree. And not for you, Barracuda, but for me. Any more than me would be, yeah. Jamie, they call that being a YouTuber. What, littering the, yeah, that's true, but I was also doing it before I was a YouTuber. Long before. Rich Riker, how much gear oil should it take to fill an 8 3/4? Changed mine after break-in. Getting chatter now. 2.4. I think I got in it. It should only take about 2. 2 and change I could see. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't mind owning Mark's car. I'd have to make it a little more stock, I think. But it's a very nice car. Bobby Muse, any opinions on the Transgo TF2 for 383 B-body? Street use, not daily driver. I've never used that kit, so I don't really have a useful opinion. Watsonda 2B says, hi, about the open rear end laying the 11s. My 72 Valiant with 225 auto would do the same. Think it's a well-balanced vehicle, reflects through the differential that way. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. Instructions unclear. Slant 6 everything. Yeah, Mark M. No, I think Rory had that same exact problem. I think he put a new ignition switch in his truck, and no, maybe his never worked. Yeah, maybe his never worked. I can't remember, though. McLovin put up a link to the merch store. Please go there. Hoodies are gone right now. They discontinued our hoodie line, which is dumb. I've got a new test hoodie coming in the same brand, same line that makes our t-shirts, so I expect they will be very nice. So I'm waiting for one of those, and then if it's as nice as I think, and I got the layout right, it will be back in the merch store. I haven't actually released the Ramp Truck shirt yet, which is weird. I thought I had. I only released the Demon shirt, and I still haven't released the Banana shirts. I need to get on that as well. But I got a lot going on. Chili Willy is in the house. How's it going? Rabid Transit J has been thinking through the spring situation. Yeah. I mean, it would require some customization, but I'd love to see like A-body springs on there. You'd have to cut the mounts off the frame and move them and then fab up something for a rear hanger, but it would fix all the problems. Put super stock springs on your XJ, please. It would be the sickest thing. Mark says I did a great job on his 318. Very proud of that engine. Liked that engine a lot. Wish we could have put a stupider cam in it and done race car stuff, but yeah. Chili Willy, Cornet's going to be beautiful, not your style probably, but bags and laying frame? Never. You will never see me do that ever. To each their own, but to me, I hate everything about that. Does Jamie dream of owning a souped-up mail truck? No! I dream of seeing all of those LLVs crushed one day. I'll have a drink in my hand. The little ones are okay. Mike Slater is out. See you later, Mike Slater. Life is good. All aftermarket parts slant 6 swap into an LLV is Jamie's dream build. What aftermarket parts? You can't get... There's nothing. There's stock replacement pistons. Hardly counts. That's... I don't even know what you mean by that. There's nothing. Yeah. And no. Yeah. The mail truck was in the Cornet video. Patrick Radcliffe sees lots and lots of welding in my brother's future. Can't be worse than that Roadrunner he's doing. Russ Peters Derelics, Jamie, 65 or newer, what do you consider to be the most grandma car Chrysler ever produced? 1975 Newport? There was one of those in a local town that I allegedly lowballed them on. But someone else bought it. That was a grandma car. No question. Nice. Gopher Garage says, my son is uploading our first long video from Duct Tape, hoping it goes okay. I hope so, too. Mohawk62 is out. Thanks for being here, my friend. Appreciate that. Yes, 318 Will Run did a video today. Drag racing a pick-em-up truck. Funny enough, when it popped up, I thought it was a Joe video. Yeah. Rich Riker is Mouse Slayer. I am become Mouse Death, destroyer of mouse worlds. I started watching his video, realized, oh, this isn't a Joe video, and then I went back to what I was doing previously. I do watch his stuff from time to time. I reference his videos frequently. Paul Shea's out. Cypher F's in. What's up? Oh, well, I was thinking classic Mopars. Chris says, surprised you didn't say Pale Blue Aries K as the most grandma car they ever made. That is a fair point. I was thinking classics. Barracuda's been having some very strange dreams lately. This time of year when our heater starts running at night, I start having the craziest dreams. They're all super realistic. Like, I don't feel like I'm sleeping when I'm dreaming. I'm just walking around doing normal stuff. Birdie Dog asked what the first year the 383 HP was available to the general public. I think it was probably available from the beginning of the 383 being available. I mean, there were 350 high-performance engines and 361 high-performance engines in 58, 59, 60, etc. So, yeah. That's funny. Russ Peters says, Jamie, your choice amuses me. My grandparents bought a 74 New Yorker, and it may have been a 74, actually, for the sole reason the bench seat felt the same as their sofa. Yes, lucid dreaming. I have lucid dreams all the time. And it's weird. 1974. It probably was a 74. Wait, isn't that the Ricky's car? Isn't that a 74 New Yorker? It was somewhere in there. Maybe it was a 73. I don't know. Anyway. It certainly wasn't the I'm totally not a Lincoln 76. Any hoozle. Kit cars are classic now. I know. Is it illegal to be on the live show when you're hauling a tractor? Well, Tom's hauling 2 cars at once, Rooster, so I think you're good. Ox Auto has a 74 New Yorker. It's like driving a living room. That's sick. Jeff Militich says Dart Swinger with a paisley vinyl roof. Maybe. Right. Feels like a couch with a dash. Yeah, Ricky's is a 75. Nice. Yep. Nicholas Johnson says the best Mopar TV car is Ricky's 75 New Yorker. Is it the shit mobile? Apologies if there are young ears listening. Is that what he calls it? I wanted to say Mirthmobile. That's something very different. That's a different show altogether. Yes, I've heard the story of Gary Hergert getting that cop car several times. Brady Dog loves 64 New Yorkers. Yeah, wasn't that? Didn't you say that was your dad's car, right? Patrick Radcliffe. One of great grandmothers had a 73 Duster. Other had a 65 Falcon. My great grandmother on my mother's side had a 68 Charger 383. I got the name right. Very good. McLovin put up a link to the DDG Discord. It is free. There is so much happening there. I apologize. I can't keep up with everything that happens there now. We have, as of this very moment, 399. Look at the weird blinky light. 399 members on the DDG Discord. You could be the 400th. Act now and become the 400th member of our Discord. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's titled in Gary's name. Yeah. Corinthian leather. Corinth is famous for their leather. Jaybird agrees the Reliant K is the ultimate grandma car. Wasn't that the Plymouth Reliant K? Yeah, the drunk Leahy version. RTGJ is the 400th member of our Discord. Congratulations. Which, let's see. You can have a banana. There you go. And then, isn't there like a celebration one? Yeah, here we go. There we go. Nice. That would be Rapid Transit J. The 400th member of the DDG Discord. Yes, 2 pistons in a 225. I don't remember what the overbore size is. And are they domed? Because I thought they were dished for the boost. Do they do domed 2 pistons? Evan will tell me. He knows all these things. Nice. Yeah. Andrew Button is here and remembers when the Cordoba came out. Thought it was great. Had a friend that had one. Smooth, comfy, sunroof, lean burn. It was super. Nice. Jay won the gold star. Wow. Rich Riker's grandma had a 65 300L. That's sick. She sold a 63 Falcon for it. Anti-Stupid says, ever seen a 69 Polaris station wagon? No. But I built an engine for a 70 Monaco station wagon. That New Yorker wasn't a K car. K car Imperial, that was also not a K car. Those were still rear wheel drive. Wait. No, the New Yorker was a K, wasn't it? But yeah. I knew that. I was testing you. What was I thinking of? Hold on. No, that's a K too. What am I thinking of? It's like the last of the FMJ family. I don't actually know. M body, yes. M platform. 89 was last year. Grand Fury was one. So maybe that was it. Fifth Avenue. Fifth Avenue is what I was thinking of. I knew that. It's so funny. They kind of look like the K car, but they are not. That is the car I was thinking of. The New Yorker was indeed K car based. I think that's a grandpa car myself. Yeah, someone's grandma had a super stock Dodge. Oh, right. Yes. I forgot about Rachel's Monaco. 68 four-door green, 68 four-door Monaco with a vinyl roof. Very grandma, but the big block makes it quite fun. Brady Dog says, Jamie, you should hold a bash party when you hit 100K. We were supposed to at 50K, and then it just never happened. Now we're here. But yeah, I'd love to. Brady Dog owned 2 Cordobas. Yeah, there wasn't. I know the 81 to 83 Imperial, or 80 to 83, whatever. Doesn't matter. Yes, the Fifth Avenue. Yes, we got to the bottom of it. One of Andrew Button's older family members bought a 57 Imperial. I don't even know what 57 looks like. Excuse me. Well, they look good with dual headlights. I don't know about singles. Yeah, okay. There's, excuse me again. There's so much Cadillac in the front of that, in the fenders, in the hood shape. I mean, that's what they were going for. But then the back end is weird Exner stuff, so yeah. I've never liked that like semi-bubble, semi-squared off roof thing. Ain't right. Unical 76. Do you know when the last year Chrysler put fender tags on their cars? When was? Found one on my 79 Volare, was surprised. Second gen Rams have one, but it's not on the fender. It's on the rad support. I've seen them on recent cars. They moved around, but yeah. Overbuild Automotive has popped in to aggravate the chat a bit. How's it going? Auto Hobby Services fired up the 92 Spirit RT as we speak for the first time in 3 months. Isn't that the one with the thing? Yeah. Yeah. It's the Lotus headed one. That's what I thought. That's sick. I want one. A little. That's funny. Rapid Transit says, it's funny, my son drives my Fifth Avenue as a daily. He gets more attention than his buddy's vet. I bet he does. My grandma drove a Mack truck. Of course, she was 6'2". Nice. Yes, I'm familiar, Andrew. Yep. That's why my 57 Dodge has a single headlight, but a small one. Single headlight and a turn signal where the other headlight ought to be. Yep. It's 1960 now cars. Suddenly it's 1960. Joel Shooter's here. Haven't seen Joel in a while. Dude. Still no Ram Charger. 1400 out. Needs clutch throw-up bearing and shift fork. Total bummer. That is a total bummer. Chrysler belongs to the Stellantis group. Rusty Fuel ever swapped FMJ spindles onto an A-body for disc brakes? Yes. My buddy Mike did on his 64 Dart. Yes, the Turbo 3 with a Lotus head. Andrew Button says, M-Bodies rock. Did you see the Turbo M-Body video? That is a sweet car. I did not. Hot dog's a North American taco? Well, Mexico is also in North America. Just want to make sure we understand that. My grandma was bit by a Mack truck once. A moose bit my sister once. Isn't there a song titled One Headlight? Yeah, actually, I don't like much modern music, but that one's all right. Rad. Overbuild Automotive just finished a full rebuild of the 83 FJ60 Land Cruiser's brakes. Nice. Dennis Wheeler's out. See you later. Pretty Dog, when you hit 250,000 subscribers, are you going to turn into a fat, lazy slob and forget all of us? What makes you think I'm not fat and lazy now? I don't know Copperhead Road. I should. It's a great song. All right. What was your name again? Fat and lazy people don't revive 57 Dodges. That's probably true. Tim Jefferson says, hey, I'm late. Did I miss the twin turbo cross ram? Yep. It just left. Anti-Stupid says, make a 12-volt car jack with a worm drive electric power seat mechanism from an old car. But can it? Yeah. Could do. That's a neat idea. I should put that on my stupid tilt trailer. Nice. Good night, Pretty Dog. Oxado was born in the back of a Mack truck. Wow. Lane Conley's great-grandmother had a pre-Exner Hemi DeSoto. 53 or 54. Or 52. Neither 57 Dodges or 57 Dodges. Nice. Rad. It's really weird I'm caught up on the comments. That doesn't normally happen. We have a smaller crowd than usual tonight, which is fine. I just wonder where everybody's at. Are they off watching the Mariners lose or something? McLovin asks, what's on the agenda this week? Barracuda video. The basically breaking down the drag racing performance and all the broken stuff. No, I didn't see many of Tony's viewers come over either. Kind of odd. Although I think I saw Dean Stevenson somewhere. Yep, there he is. I'm sorry. Do we not think the 90s are modern? I think we're talking about a different song. 49ers Falcons. Copy. The best thing about 57 Dodges? Why, there's 57 of them, of course. Anyway, on the agenda this week, we've got a video on Allen's blue 68 Dart sedan. We put disc brakes on it. We pulled that off in half a day. Can you believe it? And I gave it a home alignment, and it's a billion times better than it was. Which is good, because he put new front tires on it a second time, and it would be nice if they lasted for a while. Anyway, so there's a video coming on that, and then the Barracuda video, which I still haven't technically finished filming. Engine Wednesday, I don't actually know yet. I don't have a Slant 6 head back. I will soon. It's ready. It needs to make its way from there to here. I don't have my 361 heads either. But I do have everything for the Power Wagon 318, and thanks to the ultrasonic cleaner, all of the hardware is clean and ready to rock, and so I think I will just be throwing that together. Shouldn't take me long because I already did all the hard parts. So anyway, so that might be what we see this Wednesday. And then, yeah, Dart and Barracuda next weekend, I believe. Yes, someone told me the Cold War guys started their last video playing a song as well. What kind of music do you usually have here? Oh, we have both kinds. We're going to have to get rid of that one, buddy. Dean Stevenson says, you're killing it. We're going to star that. Here we go. Wait, how do I star that? Can't I? Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. It's pinned. Scoop just realized he has access to the corn dog section. Yes. Hot Shoe does not consider his 1993 300ZX modern. The performance is modern. But yeah, no, you're right. This cannot be. No. Here it goes again. Brady Dog saw the 2026 Superbird. That is an AI generated piece of shit. It's not real. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. The 2026 CUDA isn't real. The 2026 Roadrunner isn't real. So many of those things it's all fake. It is not real. That will not happen. There will not be a new Superbird. And despite the fact that a new CUDA has been rumored every year since 2003 or something, I don't think that's coming back either. Hi, Jamie. Any suggestions on what to do with an A8 33 4-speed out of my 66 Dart GT? Needs a rebuild. It's got a ball and trunnion. Your 66 shouldn't have a ball and trunnion. Those were only supposed to be 64 and 65. Weird. Well, the rebuild parts are available. I've done videos on rebuilding them. Rebuild it. Read the book. Nice. Grandson's first donut lessons. Donuts in a little red wagon? Sketchy. Rad. That appears to be a blower. And that engine appears to be in the factory location. But you have like several of these, don't you? People are stupid when you're on the internet. Faces look AI generated when you're alone. Tavo's here. What up? Believe nothing you see on the internet, even me. Scoop's got the big hammers in case someone tries to take his corn dog. Andrew Button. Dear Jamie, please build a late model Hemi and a B van. I am begging you. What can I do? We as viewers need this material. No. Sorry. No. McLovin says Stellantis doesn't have a clue what people in the USA actually want. I disagree. They had no clue what people in the USA actually wanted a year and a half ago. They know now. And the fact that they just invested billions in fixing their American business. Yeah, Chris has it. Stellantis is under new management. They seem to be righting the ship awfully fast. 100%. 100%. Alan says manual disc brakes are awesome. I agree. Just on my truck video. I don't know if you noticed my 19 Ram video, which I recorded. I edited like 20 minutes out of that video because I was talking too much and I just thought this is terrible. I chopped the crap out of it. I almost didn't post it at all. And then I went, you know what? Screw it. Might as well. You know, it'll do what it'll do. Tomorrow's video is going to be great. So here we go. And it did really well. It did better than the J video. Gary Hergert's still mad about it. People liked it. Strangely. Lots of people saying, modern stuff sucks. I mean, that's kind of what I said with the video, but I also like it. It's possible to like more than one thing. Did you know that? And take the bad with the good. But anyway, one of the comments said, that's okay. There won't be a Dodge or a Ram in another year or two here. What a stupid thing to say. What a really wrong, very incorrect thing to say. Oh, I want a donut. Out of all the fake AI cars, the new Charger is real. That wasn't an AI car. That was an actual concept car shown at a thing. Daryl Thomas, have you ever used the EVF? Is it EVF? Whatever. Serpentine belt conversion. Though thought about getting one because my Dodge Challenger keeps overheating with V-belts. Well, first, the V-belt isn't your problem. And second, those setups are stupid. I'm building a 440 that has one. The accessories, the entire accessory setup is mounted off of 4 3/8 bolts this long with tube spacers this long. Except if you have a big block Chrysler and you want to have a friggin' heater, you can only install 3 of the bolts because one of those bolt holes is blocked by a heater nipple. It's always blocked by a heater nipple unless you don't have a heater. It's CVF, not EVF, it's CVF. I'm not impressed with any modern garbage anyway, modern type conversions like that, but like it is kind of a problem that you can't even necessarily find the factory pieces to put that together, although I think they're all reproduced now for big block, the brackets and the pulleys. Small block's a little trickier, for pulleys anyway. But the one on that Charger is mounted with 3 of those big long stupid bolts, and the crank pulley is on a big giant spacer this long with these super long Allen-headed screws going through it. Or hold on. Maybe that one is bolted down inside it, and I can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember on that, but it's a hacky setup, dude. I mean, all of the accessories driven by a serpentine belt, alternator, AC if you have it, power steering if you have it, all of that on one big stupid aluminum bracket mounted to 3 bolts if you want to have a heater, or 4 bolts if you don't. Nope. Dumb. Don't do it. Melvin D, they need to make a truck under $70,000. They do. They make tens of thousands of them. I could have my pick of the litter of brand new Highline trucks. I didn't even look at the basic ones. I could have my pick of the litter this summer if I wanted a 2025 truck. There were like 10 of them at the dealership. Pretty sure most of them are still there in the 60 to 70,000 range. And those were all premium trucks with premium interiors because that's what I wanted. If you wanted a basic truck, you can have that. Now, it's not slant 6 points manual windows basic like the days of yore, but basic compared to the one I showed in my video. That is available right now. The expensive ones are the ones that are fully loaded with all the fancy crap. And again, that's what I wanted. Jeff Hutchins just got back from deer hunting. First day of seeing nothing. Well, damn it. Plymouth on Pilot says 671 blower in an A van. Hearing is overrated. That sounds pretty good. But 871 blower right behind the truck of an A series truck. Yeah. More than one thing? Inconceivable. Yeah. McLovin also has a foot in both camps. This is what I'm saying. It's not hard. Like, it's okay to like more than one thing. I love my modern truck. Boo! I love my classic cars, kind of. But to be honest, I love my modern truck kind of more. I like it. I enjoy using it more. I love the look of my classics, but they're kind of a pain in the butt. I like drag racing. I think I made that clear at some point. Like, the drag racers are really the only ones I'm interested anymore. For like actually investing in, actually putting my time in, actually building, keeping long term. Yeah. Yep. New K car would sell like mad. People keep saying that kind of thing. Oh, they should make a simple car again. It would sell like hotcakes. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Don't you think the brilliant minds that make bajillions of dollars selling cars to people would be making those cars if they would sell? Hello? Supply and demand. If people wanted simple, shitty cars, the manufacturers would be making that. If people wanted sedans, the manufacturers would be making sedans. You, as an automotive enthusiast, might want a cheap, simple car. I understand that. I agree it should exist. But no, it would not sell like hotcakes. It wouldn't. People don't want that. People want creature comforts. People want Bluetooth stereos and touchscreens the size of their torso. That's what people are buying. Everything that isn't that left. Because the people have spoken with their wallets. It's that simple. I don't know. Again, like on that RAM video, I got tons of comments of that type. And I understand. Like, I get it. There is still a place for that, I think. But if they sold like hotcakes, they would be selling like hotcakes. Yeah. Tim Jefferson loves B-Vans, owns 2 of them. I had 3 or 4 lined up out here at one time. We're down to 1. If you were a real car guy. Hanover Fist, electric cars are awesome. And that's all I can say. They have their moments. Mickey McFarts, this is a no politics channel. We will not be talking about politics ever. Patrick Radcliffe sent me $2 to say the executives and bean counters are idiots. They've certainly made some missteps, haven't they? I didn't say they were geniuses. I'm just saying this. Read this, and we're done with this discussion. This. They tried that. No one wanted them. And the Dart wasn't perfect either, but, you know. They didn't sell. They made a new neon, and they called it a Dart. And it didn't sell. That. Yes. Exactly. That guy, too. See, so many of you guys get it. That's good. You're my people. My dog is very disappointed in me. Plymouth on Plywood is out. We are too spoiled with all the goodies in the modern cars. I know. It's messed up. I'm sorry. But I want to have Bluetooth and my butt and hands to be warm all winter. I enjoy that. Bill Golden didn't build the Little Red Express, Little Red Wagon. He piloted the Little Red Wagon. It was handed to him, but he did not build it. He just had the cojones to do drag strip long wheel stands. That is how Bill Golden ended up being that guy. But he didn't build it. You cannot mention those people without being political. Cannot be done. Andrew Button will not buy a car with a knob that's electric to shift gears. It's not my favorite part, but you know, I don't mind it. I'm used to it. 2014 had it. Yeah. Dean's pounding corn. Nice. Yes, Stellantis seriously fumbled in the American market. Big time. And they know it. And they will fix it. They are fixing it. Anywho, yeah, I don't like screen gauges either, but it is what it is. Cheap cars may be popular again soon. Don't forget the Hornet. I asked my salesman friend, what about the Hornet? And he said, don't even look at it. LOL. I hate that AI knows who I am. I hate it. I don't know if that'll focus. Anyway. Scoop says, I liked my Hornet. Past tense? They're still almost brand new. Is yours already gone? Or are we talking about an AMC Hornet? Nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Vivian says, real Washingtonians don't use umbrellas. Don't own one. And we drive cars that soak your feet 9 months out of the year when you drive them. What the hell is a seat heater anyway? Don't drive. Don't rent anything modern that has a seat heater. It will ruin you. Yeah, there are comfortable old cars. No question. Dude, the 300J, super comfy, handles amazing. Can't believe it. Yes, I saw that, Melvin. That was interesting. Well, I saw that it exists. I didn't watch the video or anything because I can't be bothered. But, yeah. Nice. Lane Conley says, Green Bean Valiant's in the garage. 2024 6-speed Acura Integra is in the driveway. Jeffrey Voth wants one of those Teslas that'll drive you to work. I don't need that, but I really did like that electric charger. I liked it a lot. They just wanted too much damn money for it. And it was brand new. I mean, yeah. Yeah, Robert Fitch was born in Seattle. Me too. Mom had me Scotch guarded at birth. I'm waterproof. Yosemite Pete. I actually didn't cover that. We talked about different diffs. Rooster made it back to the shop. Rad. The Brown Hornet. Yes, the Hornet is a rebadged something. Yeah, the robots know who I am. It's a problem. Tanner is back from the prison call, finally. Excuse me. The difference between a cone type and a clutch type. The clutch type uses a clutch, while the cone type... I've never taken a cone type apart. It's just a different method of locking the two sides together, but allowing slip. I can't tell you specifically what the cones look like inside, but you can find that stuff online. I can tell you what they look like from the outside, but I've never had one apart. But the clutch type it's a clutch pack, just like you would see in an automatic transmission, essentially. And the cone type is some kind of grabby coney science. Mickey McFarts, is there a reason a factory 392 1500 doesn't exist? Well, I mean, there probably is a reason, but I don't know what it is. Tanner hates seat heaters. Coward. Yes, you can retrofit seat heaters. I've almost done it, but why? States by the Canada border where the bottom third of your car becomes optional in a few years. We don't salt here. And we're quite close to Canada. Yeah, Melvin D. Seat and steering wheel heaters are amazing. Cooling seats or vented seats are even better. Dude, mine was on full blast all summer and basically the entire drive to Missouri and back. It's not the same. Retrofitting retrofitting. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Ha, Brewster's got a girlfriend. They make cooled seats, ? Technically, at least in the Ram, they are vented. Now, the thing I'm not 100% clear on is if the air that is vented to them is pulled from the air conditioning system, but given that there is a fan moving air inside the dash, I suspect that is how it works. Yeah, the heated steering wheel is almost better than the heated seats some days. Telling ya. I will say my Ram was full of lift parts. Oh, yeah, Alan and I and my brother put in another lift. This was not the plan. My truck was full of lift parts for a few days, so I was dailying the Scamp, and I did miss the heated seats and steering wheel and being comfortable. But A-body heaters are amazing. Yep. That's not a problem for me, Rusty Fuel. I'm done. And I also don't think that's at all true. Melvin D says, yeah, they had vented seats in my 2015 Challenger. My Challenger didn't have it. Real bummer. But anyway. Yeah. Neat. Well, I guess the Seattle salt's not as bad as the other kind. Andrew Button, Tin Girls don't have cooled vented seats. They have vented pants legs. That's different technology. Wet diaper? Okay. Happy trails to you. Heated, cooled seats are gimmicky like auto back window. No, they're goddamn not. They're awesome. Gimmicky, my ass. I will never buy a modern daily driver again if I can help it that does not have those things, because it is fantastic. When it's hot, vented seat. Oh, when it's cold, heated seat. My God, it's the greatest thing. It's awesome. It is not a gimmick. It is literally, I use one of those two things every single day. Every time I drive that truck. It's awesome. Mickey McFarts, if you have back pain, heated seat is money. Exactly. Fantastic invention. Fantastic, awesome technology. Should be standard in everything. I understand some people don't like it. My wife doesn't love the heated leather seat. She said it says it gets sweaty or whatever. I get that. Like, yeah, I get it. But it's nice to have available, isn't it? Oh, heated mirrors also. Get a circulatory system, you lizard. Bobby Muse is out. Later. Yep. Oh, wow. McLovin's little truck has heated cloth seats. Yeah, that's cool. I've experienced some heated cloth, and it's nice. The Challengers tend to have that. Excuse me. I also hate being cold. I don't love being wet either, but you kind of have to get used to that around here. Yeah, write me out of the will. Oh, how dare you. That's a lot of thousands. Wow. Well, anyway. What would you do to your 1500 to get 500,000 miles out of it? Change the oil religiously. Helter Skelter. Dan, I read your comment. I'll take your word on that. It's more of a threat if I write someone into my will. That's awesome. My Challenger has none of that, but it's got a shaker. Oh, that's pretty good too. Dude, I saw a blue TA a couple days ago. Beautiful. I think you mean forever broke. Where's my slide? There it is. The electric rear window shade, also known as the peasant blocker. I was going to play John Prine. I've been thinking lately about the people that I meet. The car wash on the corner and the hole in the street. The way my ankles hurt with shoes on my feet. And I wonder if I'm gonna see tomorrow. Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us, we'll forgive you. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue. And then we'll whistle and go fishing in a heaven. Aloha! I was in the army, but I never dug a trench. Used to bust my knuckles on a monkey wrench. I go to town and drink, give the girls a pinch, but I don't think they ever even notice me. Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us, we'll forgive you. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue. And then we'll whistle and go fishing in a heaven. Fish and a whistle, whistle and fish. Eat everything that they put on your dish. When we get through, we'll make a big wish that we never have to do this again. Again. On my very first job I said thank you and please. They made me scrub a parking lot down on my knees. Then I got fired for being scared of bees, and they only gave me 50 cents an hour. Father, forgive us for what we must do. You forgive us, we'll forgive you. We'll forgive each other till we both turn blue. And then we'll whistle and go fishing in a heaven. We'll whistle and go fishing in a heaven. We'll whistle and go fishing in a heaven. That's what we'll do. The peasant blocker. The upper middle class sunshade. All right. What did we learn? Oh, wow. Overbuilt Automotive sent me $2. Thank you for that. Josh Homan is here. Was here. I am enjoying life. Thank you. Scoop can't whistle. That's unfortunate. Mickey McFarts, you're wasting your talent. No, I'm not. I'm producing a record this week. What are you talking about? This whole thing was a clever ruse to launch my music career. I've said it many times. Smoke on the water. Get out. I'm going to go have some leftover stew. I don't know any Roger Whittaker, no. What a clever ruse. Out. Oh, man. Hamilton Mechanical. Well, I hope you are able to turn wrenches again soon. That is unfortunate. Man. Yeah, I've known a couple of people that have gone through, not exactly that, but similar. Don't quit your day job. How dare you? I saw your first comment. I quit my day job a long time ago. All right, I'm out of here. Remind me to actually listen to Joe's Garage someday. No, we haven't seen Dave Freeman in here lately. He's on the Discord though. Must have come up with something better to do on Sundays. I don't know. Well, bye. Yeah, maybe a 318 on Wednesday and a Dart and a Barracuda this next weekend. Until then, as ever, thanks for being here. Scoop's taking the corn dogs. All right. Thanks, everybody. Time to eat. Bye. See you, Joel. Keep your stick on the ice and your dick in a vice also. Mid-South Low Baller. Jay. Thanks, eh? All right, bye. Bye.